Welcome to the online training for Easy Publish from Vision with Technology. In this screencast, we'll be looking at the overview of the system. Basically, what is the Easy Publish system? How does it work? And we're going to be looking at it in two ways. Easy Publish has both a front end and a back end. From a front end point of view, we can see on the screen here, we have what looks like an ordinary content managed website. You have your news, articles, you've got video, you've got polls, you've got images, all the sorts of things that you would expect to be in a system. And all of the hyperlinks that you have within the system, so say we just want to have a look at this link, would take us through to the page, and the URL would change in an SEO friendly way. So this looks great, but one thing we want to do is we want to log in so we can see some of the real power if I wanted to actually edit some of this system. So if I'm going to log in as an administrator, here we go, and I'm going to log into the front end, I'm going to see something immediately different has happened. If you have a look at the top of the screen here, you'll notice that a power bar or an easy bar has appeared at the top there. What this enables you to do is it enables you to edit a page or to change a page. So if you were to go through and just click on edit, you'll notice that you've changed a page. This page I've edited is a front page, so it controls the kind of layout of the actual page within here. So I could go in, make any changes I wanted to, send it for publishing, and then the actual page would change. So that's quite a powerful feature immediately from the get-go. In old versions, what used to happen is the bar used to be below the navigation, which was fine, but when you scroll down the page, it was quite difficult to actually get back up to do things like maybe add an article, add a forum, add a blog, add a gallery, all the sorts of things that you want to do within Easy Publish. You can do other things within here, so you're able to add additional locations to articles, change the sorting, you're able to change the menu, and also a really nice feature that I like, which is the timeline. Any page which is controlled using Easy Flow, you're able to modify how it's going to look, so based on its time. So imagine that you wanted to see what it would look like at 11 o'clock tonight, in which case you change it to 11 o'clock and the actual page would change. And we'll be going through a lot of these features in later screencasts. So that's what the front end looks like. What does the actual back end look like? Well, if we'll flip that back to the main page there, and we'll select an admin page. I've already logged in here. When you log in immediately, you'll go directly through to an admin screen. In this publish admin screen, it's called dashboard. It's got all the sorts of things that you'll do on a day-to-day basis. Things like change your password, collaboration. If we have a look in collaboration, this will be if you had any pending items, if you're working with other people from a workflow point of view. Your main dashboard, within here you've got all of the latest content in the site. This is any content that anybody in the site has changed. On the right hand side here, you have my latest content. So if you just dip into a site or you change a few pages every now and again, you're always going to be able to find those pages. Very useful, especially in a large site. Or you've just made a change to a page and you want to jump back in, you're able to go in there. It also lets you know that what version, and this is running the enterprise version, and what subversion, so that's 4.5. You can change your profile, so you can change your password, your name, etc. And we'll just discard that because we're happy with that. And let's flip back to the dashboard. And you can also go in and change bookmarks, drafts, notification settings, and any pending items you have within workflow. Along the top here as well, we have content structure, which gives us the kind of structure of your site. Within here, you'll notice that we've got events, and this is the structure of this site. It may be different in your site. We then have events and movies, and this correlates directly to the front end. So if we were to go events at the front end, you'll notice that below there's movies, /events, /movies. And that says Easy Video. And if we were to go /events, /movies, bang, there we go. This is then an Easy Video that's within there. So the front and the back end relate to each other directly in most sites. And within here as well, you're able to go in and you're able to edit or change any items. So if I wanted to go maybe into Easy Conference, and there's an article in here, I just click on the edit, click edit, and then what I've got is I've got this article that's opened up, and it's got all the fields. And again, we'll go through a lot of these fields in more detail in the future. I can go through and change that, but at the moment I don't want to change anything, so I'm just going to hit discard draft. Then along the top here you've got the media library. This is where you're going to put all of your files, your images, any videos that you're working on. So if we flip into the images, you can see you can scroll over the images and you get a quick preview of what that image is going to look like. You can then go in and edit it and upload new images or change it. Or indeed, a really nice feature of Easy Publish right now is that within here you can go in and crop, watermark, change the brightness, the contrast of that file, and that will change it for everywhere that's used. So if you've got a file and you just want to upload it and you don't want to do any editorial work of it when it's on your machine, you can upload it and make some changes later. It's a very, very useful feature. But we're happy with this image, so we're going to hit and discard draft and come back. We also have user accounts, and this is very useful. It enables you to find out where all of the users are in the system. So if I want to know the editors, I can see that there's no editors in this system. Now I know there's an administrator because that's me. And also if there's any members, so anybody who's actually registered in the system but hasn't actually signed up, they'll be in the system as well. And this is a clean install, so there's absolutely no elements within there. One useful tip here, within here you've got the view, details, locations of where your files are, relations and roles, etc. If you want to get rid of that, you just close that up and you can close your information there. Another useful tip within the system is you've got this bar on the right hand side which enables you to change your password, change some debug information, or review your bookmarks. A nice one to just flip forward and back. The system always has its main setup, and there's a whole raft of features in here, so we're just going to talk through them very quickly. You've got your caching. This is Easy Publish does a great job at storing the pages, so it doesn't have to do a lot of the hard work again and again and again. It also stores the classes, so this is where how your information is stored within the system. And Easy Publish is really powerful because you can actually go in here and change these as and when you want to. Obviously you've got to make sure this isn't going to affect the design of your site, but it means that you're able to go in and say, okay, I want a forum to be slightly different, and you can do it. You're not fixed into a particular format. Collected information will appear whenever you have any fields that you enter on a form entry. We've got extensions, that if you want to buy different types of extensions or use some of the free ones. In here we've got a whole bunch of like the web-in, the front end, etc. We then have a whole list of RSS. This is for RSS feeds for your links. We also have search statistics if you've done the search on the site. Good example, if I were to do testing for Tony. Let me see if there's any articles. There aren't any articles there, but if I were to go in here and have a look at the restats, I'd see that testing for Tony would be there. Very useful to see what people are searching for just there and then. Sessions and system, and all of your workflow information here as well. And then we have, if you're an Easy Enterprise customer, you're going to have a service portal. And the service portal will enable you to get stats, updated information on your system. And we'll go through again that in a future environment. So what have we covered? We've covered the front end, where we can see the power bar at the top here, where we've got edit, we can change all those other tools and see the timeline. We've got the Easy Publish admin interface, where we can go through and look at the dashboard, where we can see our latest content. We've seen the content structure, the kind of list how your site is structured together. The media library, where you're likely to store all of your images and all of your video files. User accounts, where all the people who are logging into your system will exist. Setup, where you really get to configure and change the system. And of course, last but not least, the service portal, where you're able to go in and find out statistics, analytics about your system. Thanks so much for listening.